Okay, so this is probably really strange, and to be honest with you, it's been bugging me to do this for a while. And I asked a couple of guys, and they said, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." So I'm going to be the one to do it here. If I don't look at the camera all the time, I'm sorry. I wrote down a crap load of stuff that I really need to talk about. The Wizard product review. I'm not exactly sure what the date was, but I recently watched it, and I don't care whether it's old or new. Kind of went on a rant about Autograph. Was part of their reviews they did. Extreme Burn, David Stone stuff, and audio. And then the first one on their list was Autograph. So, first let me say, I'm not going to look at the way that I look at, I'm not going to put the way that I look at everything else by Justin Miller into this, although I am going to talk about it because I think that it matters, but I'm not going to try and focus on it. Number one, I have purchased Autograph. I've had it for a while. Great trick. I love it. And I wrote down what they stressed was so bad, and I really want to talk about this. So I'm actually going to go in order. And Miller did not ask me to do this. This is all just pissing me off, and I'm trying not to swear just because it literally made me frustrated. I was watching it and I wanted to close it, but okay. So the first thing that they said is they seem to have a problem with him saying awesome. There is not a magician that I've ever met or even seen that does not have a word that they say over and over again, whether it be here, let's try something, or even awesome is better than in my opinion. And the fact, and they literally said he said it 9 times in one performance. I think that they were sitting there counting how many times he said awesome rather than paying attention to the actual effect, which is a little bit weird. And they also called it rubbish. Here's what I'm going to bring in. Actually, I'll do that later, but they did call it rubbish. Craig Petty called it rubbish. The next thing that they brought up that they had a huge problem with was that he signed the card rather than 2 spectators. Now, is it just me, or is it wrong for the magician to be involved in the effect? Because the way that they're making it seem is it takes away from the effect. I don't think it does at all. I think that the fact that you sign the card makes it a little bit more kind of magician to layperson, or magician to spectator, whatever you want to call it. I think that it actually makes it a little bit more intimate, kind of more closer. There's more closeness, and the fact and the subtlety that goes into it. I don't care if it's his or not, because they said something about that too, but I don't care if it's his or not. How he uses that definitely goes into it. You know what I mean? He makes it seem so realistic and so nonchalant that I don't even think it matters whether it's your signature, their signature, or his signature. It does not matter. That has absolutely nothing to do with the effect at all, I think. And they keep on calling it rubbish. They kept on saying, this is crap, this is crap, this is crap. Because I did my research and I wanted to prove a point, Craig Petty has released 3 effects that I could find, okay? I searched Craig Petty magic, and I found Mirage, something FO, and blank, okay? All 3 effects are crap from what I watched. Garbage. He's a horrible performer. He's not even worth looking at. Don't even research him. And the other guy, I don't even remember his name, has one, and it's on his website, and it's one, and it's called Street Magic Secrets. I can't even tell you how many things I've seen listed under that name, under like little crappy magic advertisements on the internet. So God knows what's in that. And at the very end, he said there's no way that Justin has actually worked this effect. Let me tell you something. There is more psychology and subtleties built into this one effect than in most card tricks that you'll ever see performed. So to even go to the point to say that he's never worked this, it doesn't make any sense. He has so much thought into this. Like you can tell that he's actually put thought into this, and he's done this for people. And even in one of the performances, he rings it into a borrowed deck. That might just be a palm, but I'm pretty sure that if you gave them that gimmick and said, here, do it with a borrowed deck, they would freeze up. They would have a little bit of a problem. So those are the key points. Now I'm going to kind of go on to why I think that this was stupid. They also went on to say he screwed up. He looked in the deck and said, I'm doing tricky stuff. Number one, the fact the fact that he even put that on the DVD, number one, shows balls, and number two, it shows complete respect for his fan base. How many magicians in this, on DVDs in general, have you ever seen put in a performance clip of a little bit of a difficulty, like a little bit of a technical difficulty? Never. It always has to be perfect, and the effect always has to run smoothly. No, sometimes you screw up. I think that him putting that on there shows that, you're gonna screw up, but this is how you do it. And then he says, like, do you have a favorite card? The guy tells him Ace of Spades or something like that, and he says, okay, yeah, we'll get back to that in a minute. And they said he never gets back to that. Well, the DVD was for autograph. They're not going to post that performance and then, hey, here's a bonus of Justin Miller performing the Ishkabibble sandwich. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. It was just so stupid. And they got pissed that he never went on to use that guy's card. He used it in another effect, I'm sure. Him and Brad Christian didn't just walk away. They probably did a bunch of stuff for those guys and then went into that. Like they shot stuff with M5 and all that kind of stuff in the exact same time period, I'm sure. So everything was probably interweaving and they were just filming different stuff all the time. So that's all real world performance. The DVD was $29.99, I believe. Now, number one, that alone is worth the psychology and the performance tips that are in that DVD, hands down. I don't care what you tell me. His psychology and his performance tips are worth $50 for that DVD. Even if you don't get a thing out of that effect, you will get something out of his tips. He will make you a better magician just by listening to him. His audience management, the way that he controls his audience it's perfected, in my opinion. It's flawless. He could throw a bowling ball over their heads and break a window and nobody would notice and nobody would care because his hands are way too entertaining to even care about anything else around. So that's that. And I'm kind of just sprawling off right now just because I'm getting so into this. And number one, they're acting as if this man has never done anything else. Craig Petty has released 3 effects that I could find that were widely advertised, and the other guy has 1. I put in Justin Miller in Google, and on the first page I saw Captured Bullet, Factory Sealed, M5, Silver Dream, Army of 52, 7 Deadly Sleights, Cloak, the Loops DVDs, Autographed, Strolling Hands, and that is just the starter. Picture all of the effects that are in all of his lecture notes. Okay, I have all of these. I literally have all of these, and I love all of them. Unfortunately, I don't have the newest lecture notes because I don't have PayPal and I can't get a hold of them, although I wish I could just because I'm dying to know what's in there, so hopefully he'll come to Toronto. If not, I guess I'm kind of screwed. But other than that, I have everything, and he's amazing. There's nothing bad, I think, that he has ever put out. If anybody listening to this uses an M5, you probably use the M5 because of Justin Miller. If you use a gaff deck, you probably use the gaff deck because of Justin Miller. If you use loops, you probably do something from his DVD. And his coins. If you've ever watched him do coins, or if you're a coin magician, you probably do something that he influenced. Just saying. So that's just my little rant on the Wizard product review. They're probably highly respected by a lot of magicians. They're not respected by me at all. At all. I have absolutely no respect for anybody who would put down JM like that. He is, in my opinion, the best magician, hands down, in modern day right now. He's up in the ranks of Garcia and all those guys. I think that anybody who even has the balls to say that he's put out something that's bad needs to go and take a look at his stuff. And really pay attention, because I think that if you're counting all of the awesomes in one performance, you're missing out on all of the tips that are going to make you a better magician and help your audience have a good time. If I had to say anything with the Wizard product review, this is going to be posted as a video response. Sorry that there's no video, but this is going on the Wizard response. And for you guys, before you guys are going to dog someone else's work, Street Magic Secrets isn't a bestseller. You're not, this guy is respected on Illusionist, Theory 11. So many guys know this guy, and so many guys have taken advice from him. And I didn't even know about you two until I watched this. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of ashamed that I even gave you guys a view. All of those effects that I saw by you guys were absolutely horrible. And I'm not saying that I'm the best magician, but if you guys can give an opinion, so can I. you know, don't dog Justin and all of you guys who are actually listening to that product review on Autograph. Take it from me and everybody else who actually follows Magic and knows their stuff and watches Miller. Go and pick it up. It's a great piece of work, and I really think that you guys are going to like it. Thanks a lot. Sorry that I just kind of rambled on.